Welcome to the Crimeycade. I am the mad conservative crime fighter, Stephen Lucas, former Game of the Year, Guppy Ghost Gamer of the Year, 1991 Nintendo Campus Challenge National Champion. Back for another edition of the podcast. And I got a lot to go through. Some of this may be saved for the back end of it because there's so much I've got to kind of cover from the onset, because we just had a combo breaker. There's a lot of stuff happening last weekend, being the unofficial start to the summer season. So here we go. We're gonna get let's get off and rolling and get my screens up because I have to juggle. Last week, our guest was R.W. Martin, actor, writer, comedian, and importantly, gamer, also known as played a Billy Mitchell impersonator. He is looking for a major acting gig, and it was a fun little conversation to have him on the podcast last week, as suggested for one Robbie Lakeman. And we're glad to get him on. I know there's been a lot of stuff, news has been happening with Billy Mitchell as of late with that lawsuit going on. So glad to get him, although he's not fully up to speed on the nonsense going on in the courts. But thank you for coming on. And if gamers are wanted, of course, work in gaming, you're a turning competitor, create content, have notoriety, or you're a gaming fanatic, let's talk. I have all my guests for the month of June. So I've got a guest every week for the upcoming month. Now I got to work on July. And if you're watching on Twitch, follow me on Facebook /Crimeycade. If you're watching me on Facebook, follow my Twitch channel, rap_sheet, and past episodes of the Crimeycade are on YouTube, tiny.cc/PWCI. As I mentioned, Combo Breaker was last weekend. I made the trip up there. I shot some 360 video. I will be sharing that in the near future. There's a couple dozen fighting games contested. Someone we did know did compete in one of those tournaments, and we'll get to him in a moment, maybe. But videos will be shared on my Facebook page. I've already shared one of them. Besides the 360 video, I just gotta go through it and upload it. And been a lot of soft openings lately. I said I'd do a live video stream from this place, the Arcadia Unlimited, when it had its opening. However, the owner had a soft opening last weekend, stopped through, checked it out. He was still trying to get his point of sale system going. At the time, he actually asked me for help because I'm a IT technician. But let me make myself a little bigger here. Tour games in the basement of the place. There's going to be opened in multiple phases. Phase 1 has been opened. Took a good look, and there's some exclusive games down there that Galloping Ghost does not have. I've not seen a few of these in the wild in person, but hopefully when the grand opening happens, which could happen the first weekend of June to coincide with Illinois GameCon, I will be doing a video. May not be live, however, so keep on the watch for that. By the way, the Arcadia Unlimited is in McLean, Illinois, on the Triangle. Another soft open, and I found out about this place the night before the Friday of the Memorial Day weekend as Vault 66 Pinball in downtown Springfield at the old Cafe Moxo location. That's next door to that building that burned to the ground, that major downtown fire that took out the Pillsbury Plant Museum. The All Cat Cafe was also housed in there, but all the cats were rescued, thankfully. Next door to that, Cafe Moxo moved to a new location, and the Vault 66 Pinball had its soft open, and it's actually open today. It was actually open today, and we'll be back open Saturday. They have about, let's see how many pins. I think about 18 pinballs in there when I walked through it. The owner indulged me for a bit. Yeah. You're right about that, Claudio. You're right about that. This is in addition to the Dumb Records having their little arcade in a block away, practically. Anyway, check it out. They had their soft open. They're in their phase 1 too. They plan to add more stuff to it. Another soft open in the Chicago Loop, the Flip, Chicago's Playable Pinball Museum. That is another place that had opened over actually a few weeks ago. Life Bar Arcade, I just posted a video on YouTube, a walking tour of that place. Was up there for Combo Breaker. They had a half price deal over at Life Bar Arcade, so Tracy Gleave was over there running up 10 million points on another joust machine before quitting. She's doing what Lonnie McDonald did, is go around the world and run 10 million as many joust arcade machines as she can. And it took her a little less than 5 hours to accomplish. And arcade tournaments are still happening. And Main Gaming League 67. Right now, the session is to end this Saturday, or actually Sunday at 4 a.m. because it's on Australian time. It's hosted by Aussie Arcade. So right now, I am sitting in 5th place overall. If it were to end today, I'm only 1 point ahead of this gentleman, Spectre. Protest has been a big problem for me. It's not a very good tennis game. It was put out by DA East for the Deco cassette system. It is, you can get points by kind of rushing the net and dumping the ball in front of the CPU. But when the CPU is serving, watch out. If he charges the net, you're in big trouble. Last night, I managed to get 22,000 points. I was struggling to even get past more than one game, I guess. I mean, I'd get through when I serve first, and then the computer would beat me. Then I'd get to another serving session. It's like, it was just rough. Airbuster, that is an Arcade Wars game. That is still ongoing. Got a nice 4 arcade score. Want to improve it a little bit. T20. According to X Pancreas, I guess T20 is happening, but I don't know that for sure. And King Cam asks, what does that even mean? T20 still on? Well, is T20 still on? This is coming in August, first weekend of August. Hopefully it does happen. But my viewers don't know what would replace T20. Doc says he has some ideas. But what are his ideas? Don't know. And my viewers don't know what they would replace T20 with either. Best of 7 challenge. I had best of 7 challenge with Tracy Gleave. And Sunday night, right after leaving Combo Breaker. And these were the games that were drawn out of the hat. Tracy went up 1-0 on Gunnail. I took Legendary Wings and Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. She almost tied it up with Crazy Taxi, but had a major mishap at the end of her run that she could not, she failed to drop off the last passenger and got hung up just outside the circle, thinking her time has expired. She would have had it, and they would have gone longer. But we did on the last roll. Convinced her to re-roll on Trojan because that is a very hard game to learn, and death comes easy on that one. So in its place, Armed Police Batrider was chosen. She fared better on that game, but I still pulled out the victory and won it 4-1. So fun times with one Tracy Gleave as I ran around with her during Combo Breaker weekend. She did kick my tail at Tekken 8, 3 straight, as Tekken 8's more for button mashers than anyone. Beezer did not reach the arcade floor last weekend. But Donald Hayes, as part of the MGL 67 tournament, ran up 614,550 points on that game. Probably is the world record. Hopefully he recorded it as I do my runs. So congratulations to Donald Hayes on that insane score. That had to have taken a couple hours because it took more than an hour to try to ran up the score that I did. Lighthouse highs and world records. Jim Patzer took Looping Erebato. Sean Mackey took Wonder Boy 3 Monster Layer, which was a previous Monday Mystery game. Matt McGill took Boomeranger, and Kangaroo. Pete Hahn took Silent Dragon. Jamie Tibbix took back Asterix from Jeff Lucas. Andrea Wasco, who was conspicuous by his absence at Monday Mystery Game last Monday on Memorial Day. I guess he knew I was coming and did not want to answer my Monday Mystery challenge. Not my Monday Mystery, the best of 7 challenge. He was back at the arcade today and took Ninja Clown's Tumble Pop from me and probably for the 1cc and raised the score on Pioneer Balloon. But that's not all. Lord BBH came into town. He was at Combo Breaker, participated in Combo Breaker, and laid waste to 13 scores at Galloping Ghost Arcade. There you see all of them. That's a lot of scores. And taking all those scores, Crackdown, Top Hunter, Devastators, Cortec, Striker, 1945, number 2 and 3, Silkworm, Destroyer for Jail, Nom 75, Crime City, Zombie Revenge, Blazing Star, Shock Troopers, Cannon Spike. Yes, that was a lot of scores. And he vaults into the top 20, moving up to 13th place. Little bit of shifting up here. Mossy's had some of his scores taken by Mr. Hall. So with that, and the token count continues to increase, BBH Matt Hall now has to be in the conversation for Gamer of the Year because Doc Mack previously said someone could win Gamer of the Year by the body of work they do on a single day, which he did that for one Justin Vithel Zurst, who won his 10th T20 or his 9th T20 a couple of years ago. And he only shows up 1 week in a year for T20. And he got this Game of the Year title a second time. As a result of that. So, we'll see how this goes. Let me see if that's, whoops, and I gotta go back here. All right. My guest tonight and is an arcade restorer. He had a big moving sale last year where he had to unload quite a bit of games from his collection, but he has he's back at it at his new digs in North Carolina and has a new t-shirt shop, radshirts.shop, with a lot of retro designs on a t-shirt for sale. So welcome into the podcast for tonight. And this is his first ever podcast, he says. Dan Sullivan. Welcome in. And Dan cannot hear me. Can everybody hear me? Dan is not paying attention. Hello? Are you there?
I can't hear you.
You can't? Exit out and come back in. Test 1, 2, 3. Everybody else can hear me, right? Yeah, they're saying yes. Exit out. All right. All right. We'll get this resolved here. Dan can't hear me for some reason. I don't know why. Let me send him a message here because I don't know what happened there. All right. Let me figure out what's going on. I will go to a break. We'll get back with Dan in a moment. Where is my, here we go. All right. I'll step out for a second. We'll be right back. I don't know. All right. All right. Okay, good. There we go. There we go. All right.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. Thank goodness. I don't know how my viewers can hear it, but the guests can't hear it. I don't know what happened there. So glitch, I guess.
The wonders of tech.
I guess. Well, welcome in. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You just relocated to North Carolina.
I sure did.
Well, let's start it off. What all do you do in gaming?
What all do I do? Well,
Kind of the 411.
I guess I'm a collector, first of all. So I've been finding and collecting arcade and pinball machines for, I don't know, 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I enjoy most about that is actually the hunt, I think, and kind of the transformation between something that's pretty wrecked into, almost off the line quality. But I'm really into the art for some reason. Sometimes I collect a piece just because of the art, not because of how the game plays or the nostalgia of it. It's just because it's really cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've scanned all the games that I've collected. So I've been able to help other guys put their machines together, which is fun. Yeah, I grew up in the arcades when I was a kid, high school. So that's where the bug bit. Um, I was in, I was living in Utah at the time, about the year 2001, and I was on eBay and I saw a pinball machine, and it was a Water World,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea that you could put these things in your house. So I'm like, well, I don't have
If you
anywhere to
have the
put it.
money, if you got the money and the space.
Yeah, and I didn't have either at the time. I was newly married, and just you know how that goes. But I tried. I won it for, I think, like $800, and my brother went and got it and kept it in his garage in San Diego till I was able to move down a few years later.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the beginning, and then 300 games later, it kind of became an obsession, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that many anymore though, but it was fun. I restored a little over 200 of those.
200 machines.
Yeah.
That's a lot for any one man.
Well, I had help. Yeah. No, I had someone to work on metal, someone to work on electronics, stuff that I couldn't touch anyway. Friend of mine did help me with some woodwork.
Mhm.
So yeah, it wasn't a one man show, definitely. But luckily, down in Southern California, there's a lot of talent close by. So, but yeah, it's a it was a big part of my life. I'm down to a manageable number now, about 25 games.
Mhm.
But I miss some of them. Now I mostly work on my t-shirt stuff just as a hobby, because I do a lot of arcade stuff and other things on the shirts.
Mhm.
Um, I got most of the bugs worked out.
Actually, I'm
I,
gonna pull that up because you have a lot of these on your Facebook page, and I'm about
mhm.
to be joined by the being who thinks he's the real star of the show. Which he's about to hop in my lap. But anyway, here's quite a bit of the shirts.
Yeah.
Godzilla, um, Woody Woodpecker. Don't hear about him much anymore. It's all about Warner Brothers or Disney lately. I told you
Mhm.
he's here, this idiot, in my lap now. Voltron, yep, I watched that as a kid. Jack in the Box. I haven't seen that logo before, but
It's the first one.
very first one, we got one in Litchfield, and they just opened one in Chicago, which they haven't had any that far north in decades.
Hmm.
Drinking a Kid, Tron, Thundercat, Speed Racer, Space Invaders, which was the game that I got me hooked on video gaming. What
Hmm.
was your hook?
Mine, uh, probably Outrun or Spy Hunter.
So that was the first arcade game that you really got into.
Yeah. Probably pinball before that though. I
Okay,
remember playing Space Shuttle and Playboy with my brother, and yeah, it was about mid '80s when I started to play.
okay. Some of the
So
others, Sinstar. Yeah, you got a lot here. Although Simpsons without Bart. Although Bart, why does
that's a
Homer
ma-
look?
that's
What
a
is
mashup.
this?
It's a mashup with Adventure Time and Simpsons.
Okay, yeah, there's a
Yeah, I
whole
really love the
slew.
'70s stuff, '70s and '80s mostly.
Yeah, this game is hard. This game.
Yeah.
Tries- oh, good old Cubert, Mel Yellow, and they had that mashup. If
Yeah.
you find the correct ROM set, kind of like some bowling companies answer to Mountain Dew.
Hmm.
Um, Peanuts and Scooby
Yeah,
Doo.
I like
Wow.
mashups. They're fun.
And Mortal Kombat. All right. I think that's a good selection. Get you back full screen. Um, so you said so you had so how big did your collection get before you had to start letting them go before the move?
300.
300.
Yeah.
Um, what were some of the grails in that pile that are not
Um,
common, that are not known, and kind of rare?
well, there's a lot. When I collected, I started with the rare stuff I could find, and then I kind of worked my way backwards. So I didn't
Hmm.
have a Galaga for like 15 years, for example. Um, the Grails, we're talking probably the deluxe, like the Outrun Deluxe, Spy Hunter cockpit, Star Wars cockpit. Um, oh, what's that? Space Harrier cockpit. A lot of
Yeah.
people want that. These are the moving games too. Um, Demolition Derby, um, Death Race, Sundance.
Sundance. Now
Hmm.
that one, so that's a vector game.
Yeah.
Uh there was some article years ago where I guess one was discovered somewhere
Hmm.
in an abandoned property, or somebody had one for sale.
Yeah.
Some claim about wanting to convert it, somebody wanting to convert it into a 60 and 1, which is kind of
Yeah,
nonsensical,
I don't know
with
about
a
that.
especially with a vector modder.
Hmm.
Um, Sundance has that goofy. And let me show you this here. This is the demo derby, the 4-player edition.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I still have one of those.
You still have it?
Hmm.
Okay. Let me pull up Sundance because that one, Galvin Ghost does not have that one for sure.
Yeah.
Um, you have a grid of 9 spots. I think you just type on a keypad, or you tap on the
Yeah.
keypad to, I guess,
You open the portals so that the fireball goes through.
here we go. This comes up. Here we go.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun because if you get two players going,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had to do a lot of work. I had to send the boards out to get fixed. There's I can't remember his name now, but he's a guru at these, and I just sent everything to him, and he brought it back. It was just perfect. The monitor was beautiful. And I was worried about the monitor because I didn't know you're not supposed to transport the game on its back.
Really?
Like everything else, but this tube, for some reason, like it would shake particles loose and they would get caught back in the back of the tube and it would just destroy it.
Mm,
So
vector monitor. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not just any vector monitor. It was like specifically built for like I don't know how many games, but very few. And so and the size was weird too. So yeah, I drove that thing home probably 30 miles and I'm like, oh, I thought that I for sure destroyed the monitor, but it was perfect. So I lucked out.
Do you still have it, or did it go to a new owner?
It's in Europe.
It's in Europe. Somebody got
Yeah.
it. Is it at a public arcade, or is it in somebody's private collection?
um it's this private collection slash museum.
Okay.
So I don't know how private it is, but um a lot of my games well not a lot, but maybe a third of my games went to museums,
Okay.
just or very large arcades that people know about.
All right. How did you track down these all these games? Or I mean, if somebody wanted to, I know the hunt has been intense for a whole lot of collectors lately because as I stated earlier, with soft open after soft open after soft open of new arcades are popping
Hmm.
up. Uh, the demand for these get old games, and certainly some places want to find. And Cody's gonna have to go because he just tried to bite me, and I don't have anything. Oh, I gotta get him out of here. I missed the Pinball Expo last year because he decided to attack me in my bed and take a huge chunk out of my hand, and I had to go on antibiotics and take him to the vet to make sure that he did not have rabies, but he had his rabies shot 3 months earlier. So,
Hmm.
yeah, idiot.
Sassy.
Oh, he's spicy, all right. He's not mellowed out. He's 11 years old. He is not mellowed out. He's only gotten fatter and gained weight more recently, but yeah, what can I do?
Haven't we all?
Yes. Um,
So how do I find these games?
yes.
Well, the usual routes, mostly Craigslist, those type of places, eBay, um, RPG, RGP, Pinside, a lot of groups, other collectors, and sometimes just really intense searches. I found a Disc of Tron upright on a 4x4 forum.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy was just talking about this game that he had, and I saw the picture of it, and I knew exactly what it was, obviously. And then I joined the group so I could message him,
Mm-hmm.
and he happened to be, I don't know, 7 hours away. So I got a upright disc of Tron for, I don't know, like $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a pretty good deal. Um, but yeah, you just got to keep your eyes open, I guess, and be ready. When I started, first was just into pinball for about 10
Mm-hmm.
years. And out in Southern California, and probably a lot of places, you have to have gas in the truck and cash ready to go because they're
And not be
gone.
at work either.
And not be at work. Yeah, luckily I worked at home. But I've had guys like on the way to pick up a game call them and say, I'll offer you 500 more than he's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost games that way. I'm like, so there's,
Why did they even put it up for auction if they were gonna if people wanted the games that bad?
well, it was a while ago. I don't know if eBay was that big or if people are just lazy. I don't know. But it's just really cutthroat, really cutthroat. So the arcade guys weren't anything like that so far as I've known. But most of the people I've met in both categories have been very cool though. A little quirky, but awesome. So that's the great side of the hobby is the people that you meet and the stories.
Um, yeah, when I say not be at work, Facebook Marketplace is like stuff pops up and it's like it's middle of your work day. You can't leave to go after the game. You can message them, but everybody's bit everybody's after that machine because they see a deal. And
Hmm.
actually, last Thanksgiving there was a game that was popped up on Facebook Marketplace. It was I was not home. I was at a family function and I couldn't go after the game because I was way north in the wrong direction. I would have to go south to go get it, but also be home to go get it. And it didn't stay very long. So,
Hmm.
for, and I think a cheap pinball popped up and I messaged and it was like, somebody beat me to it because it was not up very long and people were already bidding, already making offers on it. So it was like,
Hmm.
have to be retired. I don't want, well, I shouldn't have to be retired. I shouldn't have to pay a premium to get anything. But
You just need a retired friend with a truck.
that's the other problem I have. I don't have a truck. I have two
Yeah.
cars. I have my trophy car, which is the Geo Storm that I won back 34 years ago. I still have
Hmm.
it. It still runs. It still drives. And I have my primary vehicle. Is a little bit bigger than the one I had last year, but it's only really good for hauling around cocktail table games, not any full size arcade machines. Um, so
Hmm.
that's my situation. Unless I can buy local or borrow somebody's vehicle and haul it.
Yeah.
So, um, so what are some of the other games you had, and is there a story associated with how you got it? Now, you talked about Sundance.
Yeah. There's a lot. I was working on my house, and I went out to this place kind of in the desert to get palm trees and plants for it. And I noticed off on the side there was a not really a house, but a structure.
Some
um,
structure.
yeah, and in the front, it was like a mobile home, I guess.
Mhm,
In the front side of the house, there was this game, and I knew the shape right away,
mhm.
even though it was like a quarter mile away. It felt like it was way over there, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And I go over there and I look, and it was a Sega, um, not Outrun, but the other one.
Turbo Outrun
No,
or Outrun 2 or Outrunners or Power
Space,
Drift or
Space Harrier.
Space Harrier.
I just had a arcade brain fart. It was a deluxe Space Harrier, and it was in about 7 inches of mud. So that's yeah. So the PCBs were buried in mud,
Oh gosh.
and um, but and the wood's all warped and everything. But all the metal and plastic were perfect. They were really good shape. So I said, "How much do you want for that?" And they said, "You can just take it. You can
Take it.
just you can just take it." So I dug it
They wanted to
out.
be rid of with it. They want to be rid of it.
Yeah,
Sounds like.
yeah, they dug it out. This is a 1985 or 87 game, so who knows how long had been there. Took it home and cleaned it out. Got the PCBs repaired. Um, had to buy one new PCB. Um, sorry,
Someone's been.
one new
Go ahead.
PCB from this guy in Europe
Hmm.
that controlled the motion board.
Hmm.
I have a couple of those left, but built a new cabinet. Um, took all the metal apart, cleaned every inch of it, um, powder coated the metal, the chrome, everything. Found the right seat material, carpet, LEDs, the whole thing. So probably spent, I don't know, maybe 3 grand restoring it. But
Hmm.
that one is actually in Japan. So somebody saw it on eBay and said, um, Sega corporate wants that. I can't
Wow.
I can't find one. She said, "Can you ship it to us?" And I said, "Sure." So I have no idea how much shipping was, but it wasn't cheap. I built a crate for it, but it's over there. I haven't seen it over there. I haven't been to Japan yet, but I'm like, sure. But that was about a $15,000 machine when it was done. So it's fun, out of the mud, resurrected.
$15,000, and they just threw it in the. They just threw it on the street to get rained on and all that.
Yeah.
It's so depressing.
Well,
People
there.
throw things out like that and don't even try to put them up for sale. But
Yeah, it's funny. Inside they had a bunch of like ordinary games like Galaga and Donkey Kong and stuff, and they're like, "Do you want these too?" I'm like, "No, thanks." But
surprised.
I ended up getting them anyways, just because they were so nice about the other machine, but I just flipped them because I already had those games.
How many different countries have you sold a game to?
Hmm.
Since we got two, we know of two countries. Where else, or how many others do you think?
Uh, Mostly Europe. Um, like two in Japan. Not really anywhere else that I can think of. Maybe Canada.
Canada, yep, because that's
Yeah,
next door. Um,
yeah. Mostly the U.S. though. I don't know. It's always um unnerving to ship these things because they get bounced around a lot, or they get a pellet jack through the side of
oh gosh, yeah,
them.
that's scary. Um, I know. I don't know if you've been to. Have you ever been to Calvin Ghost Arcade in Chicago?
No.
You have not. I know they. Every time they get a new game, we find out the story of how they got the game, and it's like quite a number of them got shipped overseas and from overseas, including one Contra Evolution, which is a China exclusive.
Hmm.
Got a question in the chat. I'm sorry, what arcade? And what is that in reference to?
You
From
say Galloping Ghost?
Galvin Ghost. Yeah, Galvin Ghost Arcade is in Chicago. That's my usual haunt. Fancy was asking about something else, I think.
Hmm.
We'll
I've
wait
sent
for.
I've sent them
Oh,
artwork.
Galvin Ghost. Yes, he went there last month. There we go. I guess he was talking about Galvin Ghost. Anyway, um, so what do you have left in your collection um, that you brought over to North Carolina?
Mostly the games that have more than two people. So
The
the
multiplayer games.
multiplayers,
All
uh,
right.
Panic Park, Big Bug Hunter, Tubin, Demolition Derby, a couple others, and some pinballs. I only took about half of the games. The other half are in California.
All right. Um, so at some point, and I kind of followed it on your Facebook page as it was going on the last few years.
Hmm.
You, oh, yep. Dennis been all over. I would assume yes, because you've hit both coastlines. So you had this big collection in California. What made you move from California? Leave every, leave almost every, I guess, a large portion of things behind in California to go to the opposite side of the country in North Carolina.
Well, I had some big life events. Haven't told anybody online yet, but got divorced.
Uh oh.
Yeah, so that'll uh, that'll mess things up.
Was
But
she a gamer or is
not
she not?
really.
No. Okay.
She well, yeah, that's why we got divorced. No, she she likes some of the pinball, um, like Adam's Family and stuff like that, but not much.
Kind of like Richie Knuckles, his situation when he got
Yeah,
split up and then had the closest arcade.
yeah. So it was time to downsize and be a little more mobile.
Mm.
Sold the house and yeah, all that stuff. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. It's kind of refreshing not to be tied down so much. I mean, I miss a lot of that. I miss having the big parties and stuff, but it's not everything. Plus, there's a new love in my life, and she's incredible. So, and her family lives in North Carolina, so you can see how the pieces are falling together.
Ah,
Um, But yeah, it's I kind of dropped off the map. I've almost died like 3 times. Had cancer and all kinds of fun stuff. So it's been interesting, but still here.
Um, so there was a so before the move to California, you had to go sell off quite a bit of stuff.
Hmm.
What all did you have to do to make that happen? I assume you did a lot of Facebook marketplace ads. I don't know if you had a auction or maybe you had to give some of it away.
um, no auction, but a little bit of the rest. I have a few friends that I've developed over the years that are big players, and they would take 20 to 30 or 40 games at a
Mhm.
time. So I contacted them first and gave them first dibs, and then just put the rest up there, and it's like you can buy one, you can buy 5, 10, whatever. We'll make a deal. Took some time, and it hurts. They're like my children, but not my actual children, of course. I got 3 awesome kids, but every game is just special because you remember what it took, what you had to find to put it together, what it cost, who you talked to, the story of where it came from. Each game just is its own little magical thing. And it's funny, some games I built off of the artwork that I found first. Like I would
Mhm.
find side art for it. I'm like, okay, now I gotta go find the game. So it was fun, just even obscure games, just to make them look like new again. But it took a while. It took a while. I still have a lot of parts I need to sell that I've
Mm.
been moving around. Um, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
After moving from California to North Carolina, you've been on the search for arcades on that side of the country.
Hmm.
What all have you? Where all have you been to so far?
I've been to, let's see, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, DC, Tennessee. I think that's all of them. So pretty much around the circle.
Have you been to Wieners and Losers, which is in your state?
I have. I
You
have.
have.
That
All
was the
right.
first. That was the first one. Yeah, I went
Is
over
that
and met with Scott, and he's so much fun. He's just like a little 10-year-old. He's like, let me show you this, let me show you that. Like he's pulling out toys, and he's a lot of fun.
did you try out Beezer?
No, I didn't.
That's a running
Um,
joke on this program right now, so I had to ask that one because he has it.
I have artwork for Beezer. That's about it.
That's it. Okay. Mac asks most rare arcade game you've collected. Sundance was mentioned earlier. Was there anything else?
Uh, maybe a Sente. What was that?
Chicken Shift?
No, it was the ice skate ice. Let me see. Hat trick, 4-player hat trick cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a Konami game, I
No,
think.
it's Sente.
Oh, it's Sente. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Very very hard game to find. I only saw maybe 2 of them,
all
maybe 2 or
right.
3. Yeah. But yeah, for sure. Sundance. Oh, I also had a Killer Shark, Sega Killer
Oh,
Shark,
yeah.
and Sega Jumbo.
Sega Jumbo. I don't know, not
It's
familiar with
a
that one.
it's electromechanical.
I know I saw pictures of Sonar.
On a sonar. Yeah, not very many of those.
Only a couple. Here's the Sega
There it
Jumbo.
is, the Jumbo. There's, I think there's about 5 of those left.
Yeah, not very
Mine
many.
was a mine was visited by a rat family, so it was they peed on the inside there.
Oh
I had to I had to sand down all the paint, all that. See the artwork in there, the swirls. Had to sand that all down, stencil it, and paint it again.
man, let me bring up sonar because that's also there's only
Yeah,
like 4 of those ever built.
there's not very many.
Is
Yeah,
that true?
yeah. I wanted one of those not just because it's a cool game, but because kind of a tribute to my dad. He was on submarines in um, Vietnam. So
There it is. It's electric electromechanical.
correct. Yeah, which are not fun to work on. I'll tell you that
I
much.
I don't imagine. I I know about a month ago there was this big deal about somebody trying to restore a Nintendo 1974 Wild Gunman, which would be considered the very first ever full motion video game,
Hmm,
which predates everything, including
it's
Dragon
cool.
Slayer. But yeah, and I see the insight. A lot of stuff reflected on mirrors to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that effect.
That was fun. I restored about 3 killer sharks and 2 sea devils. But it was cool the smoke and mirror effects of those things. This is 1972. So there's like 2 projectors in there. There's a
Mhm,
spinning wheel, which is the ocean floor. There's a slightly opaque background that the bubbles project on
mhm,
through this metal tube with holes in it,
mhm,
and it just all comes together. And how they made the shark swim was amazing. It was put on this this other projector, but it would move like this
mhm.
as it did it. So when it shot up there, the shark was going like this, and the shark itself was a projection too on it was spinning really fast. What is that thing called? Anyways, it looked like a what's things called? Help me out here. You go like this.
Oh, camera shutter.
No, the kid, the toy.
Viewmaster.
Yes, the Viewmaster. That had like a Viewmaster thing of all the different shit, swimming positions of the shark, and it would
Mm,
spin really fast, and that's how I got the animation of the shark.
wow.
Yeah,
That
and
took some real engineering
it was
work to make
crazy.
that work.
It was crazy.
Did you do any score chasing?
Any what?
Score chasing
I don't know
on
what that
anything?
is.
Chase the high score or maybe a
No.
world record.
The only game I really finished, I think, was Russian Attack, and
A
that was
once.
in that was in 1986 in the Gulfland arcade in Escondido, and there was like 20 kids watching me just keep throwing quarters in.
Yeah,
So
uh, not
that
an
was
easy
fun.
game. Not an easy game. Let's see. Gosh, I wrote some things down. I was going to wing half of it or a lot of this, but
Okay,
future goals.
future goals. Whew, I don't know. It's wide open. Uh, Probably. I don't know. I'd like to get another arcade together.
Mm-hmm.
Just um, with 25, 30 games. Um, I don't know. I'm semi-retired, so maybe travel and just visit fun places, kind of like we're doing now.
Well, you got to come to Galapagos Arcade.
Oh, I know.
So
I
we're
know.
about to. So game 1,100 is supposed to hit the arcade floor on July the 20th. Which,
Really?
yes, which is far beyond any mark set by any arcade for most arcade games on a floor. Although they
Hmm.
they're out of space right now. It's like they're trying to combine some of the games into two and ones, but and then 20 games are off the floor at the moment.
Hmm.
Uh, let me think. Who have you? I guess tell me a few of the collectors you've met over the years that you have fond memories of, or had
Mm.
fun road stories with on game or warehouse raids or game hunts, if you've
Mm.
had any.
There's, yeah, my memory is foggier than it was before. It was mostly people when I do pickups and or if they'd come over. Um, Craig out in LA
Mhm.
is pretty cool. He's an actor. Um, we've shared some pretty rare stuff together. He's a hoot. He does that TV commercial. Don't tell mom, the Subaru commercial.
I I may not have seen that one, but especially if
um,
it's on local television.
yeah, it's a Subaru commercial, and he's doing all these crazy things with his kids, fireworks and huge ice creams and stuff. And every time he gets in the car, he says, "Don't tell mom."
Yeah.
We've done that.
I'm gonna throw this up here. This is some of the reproductions artwork.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's all on your Facebook page. Quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of Photoshop hours in there. I don't even. I wonder if AI could make that process easier now. 'Cause it didn't have any of that then.
That's funny you mentioned that. There's been a lot of chatter about AI, um, and complaints from people about, I guess, taking jobs away from artists and actors and who
Yeah.
knows what else. I mean, this could AI would be nice for enhancing maybe artwork that needs to be fixed,
Hmm.
cracks and let's say missing chunks. Um,
Yeah.
like if you're trying to scan the side cabinet side art, that's the first one you've come across, and there isn't anything else, but it's
Yeah.
complete but damaged. AI could fix it.
Well, the hardest thing on those was gradients or
Hmm.
just completely missing pieces where you had to just get creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if AI can duplicate it exactly, I mean, a lot of guys restoring are probably like perfectionists, so they want it, spot on. Also, the colors are really hard to hit too.
Hmm.
I had to do several practice prints just to nail the colors.
Um, talked about maybe open. Do you want to open an arcade besides collect them?
I was going to. Um, I'm also kind of a part-time investor, and
Hmm.
I did really well with one company. That's why I was able to be really have a lot of fun with what I've been doing. But I have other investments that are out there, and if they do well, I've always wanted to just open a place that's free. Honestly, just like the groups I had before in my other arcade were like school groups and church groups and like scout groups because I
Hmm.
just I don't I don't I don't like having the hobby to make money. It kind of, it can ruin it. But that was my goal before, was to just open a place with all. That's why I was making all those games.
Mm-hmm.
But things don't always work out. So um, I mean, could possibly do it. We'll see. But that's the idea. There's just nothing like seeing kids or adults' faces light up when they get in there and they're like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Because all they've seen is an Xbox or a PlayStation or a phone, and
Yeah.
especially the games that aren't uh, just buttons and joysticks.
Yeah.
The steering wheels, the weird, driving devices. One of my absolute favorite games is T-Mac. It's a
Mm-hmm.
1994 Atari, and you sit down in it, and you have flying tanks. I'm not familiar with it, but you have flying tanks, and you shoot against each other, and it's just a great, great game. But you can't get that experience with, especially the new crap that comes out. These super bright games, huge, huge games. Even the driving games, you're barely driving. You can just floor it and make it all the way to the end easily.
Kind of a
There it is.
spiritual successor to Battlezone is what T-Mech is.
Yeah, on steroids. But you can choose all these different weapons. Like you can turn yourself into a missile, a guided missile, for example.
What the video I pulled up, it's moving around a little bit too, or the tank is spinning like crazy. I don't know what this guy was doing. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
demo mode. Okay, I'm gonna just jump it over here.
But you
Um,
can. I built two of them, and
mhm.
I had parts to build another one. I just didn't get around to it. But you can link like eight of these things together if you can find them. So an arena with eight people playing it against each other would be really fun. And I put car stereo speakers in there, so there's a lot of bass, so it actually
Mhm.
vibrates your seat.
Mm.
But it's intense and it's a lot of fun.
I know Galvin Ghost Arcade does not have this game available for play on the arcade floor. I don't know if it's in the vaults either.
Mm,
Um, I don't know if they'd have room for it because I believe it's in a two-player
it's pretty
sit
big.
down. Yeah, which they don't have room for a big machine like that. Um,
Yeah, it's a garage. It's a
oh
private garage.
gosh, garage. Yeah. Um, you had
But I
three
just
kids. Are they into gaming?
they are. Yeah. My daughter, she's mostly into pinball. But we had some pretty good games with Sundance. That's when I remember. Her favorite game was Turkey Shoot,
Oh gosh, that one. Yeah, I know that one all too well.
another rare, really fun game. My second oldest, my son, his favorite game was Spy Hunter Cockpit, and he also liked Shinobi and Elevator Action. Those are his go-tos. Um, then my youngest, he just likes everything. And of course, my kids are like assassins online. They play against each other, Fortnite and all that stuff. So
They play fighting games.
they do well. I only had one fighting game. It was Primal Rage. Did you know that the characters for Primal Rage are claymation?
Um, I didn't know them particularly. I mean, they had to animate them in some form or fashion. Uh, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had to do it like claymation
Yeah,
and
it's just
do photos.
yeah, it's just shot by shot. So they have a really unique look when they're in the game.
They,
So
I'll mention Galbi Ghost Arcade does have this has the extremely rare, maybe two or three in existence, Promo Rage 2,
yeah.
which almost was destroyed because of somebody's carelessness with a beer. Had Midwest Gaming Classic, but thankfully
Yeah.
they they cleaned the board up and it still worked. So
Oh, good. Yeah, I love that game. I never really played the other ones though, like the Street Fighters or anything. I just too much, and I can't keep up with my kids online because they're just, you
Yeah.
know, I'm just
Yeah.
like, no. Not to mention the car sickness of them flipping it around everywhere.
Yeah. Um, so, pinball, any, if you participated, or if you or they have participated, in any of the pinball tournaments or maybe,
I did at Jim Belcito's place in Southern California. He'd have Halloween tournaments.
mm,
Um, I think I won once in the amateur. You know, I'm decent, but nowhere near as good. I did learn a lot of tricks from KME. You know
mm,
what that stands for?
KMA?
Keith
Ah,
Keith
don't know.
Elwin from Stern.
Okay.
He made Godzilla and Jaws and all those games. He's a friend of mine, and he used to come to our pinball league in California. So he's really cool. So yeah, that's about it as far as
All right.
tournaments go.
Shoot. Let me think. Um, Anything else we need to know about you as a gamer or your
You need to
gaming
know.
history that I didn't even think of asking about? Which,
Well, it all started with an Atari 2600, and then I went to an Apple II Plus E,
mm-hmm,
and that was games like Aztec and Wizardry, things
mm-hmm.
like that. And then straight into the arcade. Um, I don't know. My first love was pinball, but then arcades came around, so now I like them both the same. I was trying to find rare pinball machines, but I never got my hands on a Kroll or a Loch Ness Monster.
Kroll. Well, there's only about 10 of them in existence. I did get to touch a Kroll. One showed up at the Pinball Expo in Chicago one year, and it's a dual table. They have a pinball table on the inside, and
Yeah.
you look through this, I guess, this bizarre magnification
Hmm.
or viewer to play on the underside. Uh, there was that story floating around about one falling off a truck and being destroyed as a result.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of the yeah, which would have sucked. Uh, they sold their Kroll and it was for five figures.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not familiar with Loch Ness though. I don't know.
Yeah. Not very many of those. It'd be fun if they remade it. But yeah,
Um,
there's a few of them.
maybe
Mermaid.
Stern can do it. I
Yeah.
know. What's your thoughts on the current pinballs that have been created of late? Or have you seen them?
There's some
Same.
great titles. There's some great titles. Right when I it sucks because I'm like not in buying mode, so I see these come around. I'm like, damn it. So yeah, I want a Godzilla. I had a Jaws, but
Mhm,
it didn't make it out here. I sold it. What was the other good one? King Kong.
mhm.
It's a lot of fun. Uh, yeah, the Sterns lately have been nice. Then I always wanted a JJP Pirates too, but now they're like ridiculous.
Jersey Jack.
Yeah, yeah, they're like 20 grand now. So like, nope,
Oh my
should have jumped on
jeez.
that.
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, $20,000, man. And it's
Yeah,
been out a few years too.
yeah, that's the top model though.
Any games that you're looking for right now that maybe you're on the lookout for that maybe you need some leads on how to find them?
Um, I'm not really buying right now. I don't have the room anyways.
Okay.
So I'm tired of paying for storage. So I'll save.
Yeah, I can understand that. I do
Yeah.
have an arcade in the back of my garage, and I have very limited room in there. So, I gotta
I
be real
had
choosy.
I had a in California, I had a like a 12-car garage, so I was able to get everything, pretty much everything in there. There's a still building behind that I built that I put some more stuff, but still, um, that's the bummer is having to store these things
Yeah.
by enough
12-car
money.
garage, though. How many people could say they had one?
It was built by this lady who restored cobras.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's had hydraulics all over the roofs. You just pull a hose down anywhere you wanted, and you had air or electricity.
Wow.
So it was nice.
All right. Did you have a shop for arcade reproductions? Because I
No,
didn't see that.
I've just been using Facebook. I designed a site and I've got graphics for it, but this I haven't gotten to it.
But you do
But
have the red shirt shop
I
for
do,
sure.
and there's a couple other shirt sites I'm working on. But yeah, I'm gonna put together a list of everything with photos of all the artwork that's available. So, but there's a lot of really good art places out there that may have already done what I've done. So
Yep.
Rich does amazing work. We've been friends for a long time at this old game
All right.
in Phoenix,
Um.
Phoenix Arcade.
Yep. Any anything else? I think we come to the end of. I think we've come to the end. Uh,
No, it's been fun. Um,
do you want to get a trading card? Get
sure.
a trading card made of you. If you have any major gaming notoriety, I mean, you do restoration. That might. I mean, there is a restoration community.
I guess. I
Oh,
don't.
that reminds. I should ask. There is a group called Weird Arcade Conversions. Um,
hmm
you went looking for games to buy and restore. What was the weirdest one you acquired that was converted to something else?
Oh, uh, probably a dedicated Mr. Dio, but it was what was that? I think it was
Well,
like a defender or something. It was it was lame.
Mr. Do and a Defender.
No, Mr. Do cabinet with defender in it.
Okay, so a universal cabinet that was converted to Defender.
Yeah, so I had to track down all the Mr. Do art.
That's strange because it's like I don't know if they're Mr. Do is widely known to be only released as a kit for so many different to convert games to it.
hmm
But the fact that you say you saw an original dedicated Mr. Do,
Yeah, I didn't know what it was at first.
that's interesting. I didn't think there was an original cabinet for Mr. Do, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So strange
hmm
discoveries get found, I guess. All right. Dan, I want to thank you for coming on the Crimeycade this week. This was your first podcast. Do you think you're gonna do
hmm
more of them? Do more of them with others?
Sure. It's not too bad. It's been fun. I appreciate it.
All right.
So,
Well, Dan,
oh,
uh, make a trip up to Chicago. Come up to the Goblin Ghost Arcade, and there's some other arcades too of interest to go visit as well that are up there that are pretty significant. Um, but when you come, you need about 2 full days for first time visit because you won't
okay.
because to get the full effect. Although you've restored like 300 machines or 200 machines, so 300 machines, so I think
Yeah.
there's a lot you've seen, but I don't know how much you've seen that Doc hasn't. But
Oh,
Doc,
he's got some gems I haven't seen yet.
all right, Dan. Have a good
Okay.
night, and maybe we'll see you around the arcade soon.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right. All right, that was Dan Sullivan. I do have a bit more to go through before we get out of here. That was his first time doing a podcast, and I've seen him online for quite some time, and wanted to get his story on. Arcade Wars is going to wrap up this weekend, and right now, One Up Arcade in Australia is in the lead on this. Of course, this is part of that MGL 67 tournament, and Jim Patzer put in a score down at the Garcade, but he was at Galvin Ghost over the weekend. I got my score in. Now I need two other people to put a score in on Airbuster at Galvin Ghost. Yes, I've heard the comments about, well, nobody cares about Arcade Wars anymore. Yeah, but whatever. Thank Mac in. Thanks for the follow. And thanks for coming in tonight. Yes. I'm going to be back up to Galvin Ghost Arcade this weekend and try to get the score up for Arcade Wars and my tournament position, or maintaining my fifth place spot. Defend my fifth place spot in that tournament. And get Tracy to put a score in. This weekend, May 30th, the Retro Swap Garage Edition in St. Charles, Missouri at 1000 Crescent Drive. That is a swap meet. Games, toys, VHS, more vendors. They've got vendors there. That's this Saturday from 10 to 3. Blade Wars tournament has been postponed. Good grief. I was going. Norman Vale was not going to be there for this, but the makeup date, will I be available for it? Is the question. This was Tekken Tag Tournament, and I was preparing for this, and now postponed again. Curses! Yeah, and I wanted to win the the Blade Wars championship, but it was a game that I could play anyway. Illinois Game Con, June 6th at Bloomington, Illinois at the Interstate Center. I'll be there for that. And then head over to Arcadia Unlimited to play games that night. Also, CourseCon 2026 in Columbus, Ohio, June 6th and 7th, 11 a.m. to 6. Missouri Game Con, July 25th in Manchester, Missouri, at the Greensfelder Recreation Complex. They are sold out of vendor tables right now, so maybe something opens up. I don't know. Or maybe they add a little bit of vendors in another part of the building, maybe where all the patrons come in. Next week, so a little bit of disclaimer. Rich Embler, who is the first runner-up in the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, will come in next Thursday. However, he is caring for an ailing wife, and so he had to turn down. He said he had to turn down multiple other podcasts that requested him as a guest. So doing this interview, we may get interrupted a few times. I will have content taped and ready to go so he can assist with the misses when necessary. But he has agreed to come in as things are better and he better managed, so we can do my pod next week on June the 4th. And that will do it for this edition of the Crimeycade podcast. I may come back in a little bit later, maybe after 10 o'clock too, because I'm still chasing scores on that main gaming league. Yeah, pro tennis. Oh, that horrible tennis game. Can't stand, but it's in the tournament and I got to play it. So I will be raiding the channel and take a quick look and see who's going tonight. But anyway, until next time, I'm the Mega Super Cryfighter. You run the arcade tune. That's not the ending. That's the ending. I can't raid her. Alright. Well, I'm going to give somebody a good raid. Oh, what BBH is streaming. Tracy Gleavis picked him to come on my podcast, so I will get him to rate tonight. He's talking about Combo Breaker and who knows what else. His trip up to Crimeycade and more. So, until next time. I'm going to Super Cryfighter. Keep it looking forward to the year. Have a good night, everybody.